Hi, I'm Stevetus and your host here on BTE Germany. Some people ask me when they see my builds how I am able to build that fast. And the answer is simple: Worldedit. And today I want to show you 8 simple Worldedit tricks which speed up your building process that you might not know. Let's go. So today I want to build this house here in Hamburg, Germany. But before we start, I would like to get rid of the glass, flowers and trees around here. And Worldedit has a handy command, replacenear. With this command you can erase all the nasty things in a certain radius around you and replace them with air. So I've chosen the radius 50 here, and then all the materials that I want to replace with 0, so air. You can also find this command in the description below. And there we go. So now we have a clean build plate to build on. Buildings are usually not aligned with the block grid in Minecraft. So you have to build weird angles, and you can do this by hand. There are also these markers on the floor here, but Worldedit helps out with the line command. With it you just have to build the corners of your building here, and then select 2 with the Worldedit tool, just like that. And now we can just type line, then our block that we want, in my case the sandstone block here, and then we get a perfect wall here. For the BTE project this command is inevitable. Next up I want to show you some cool commands to mess with your selection. Let's say you have selected this area here. So in total this is this area right here. But you forgot this one block down here. So of course you could make a new selection, but you can also use the expand command. So just type expand and the number that you want to expand the selection, and look into the direction where you want to expand. Now we can see the region expanded 6 blocks, and we can see our selection goes now 1 block further in this direction here. With shift we can move the selection around, so I could say shift 1 while I'm looking down, and again we can see the selection moved 1 down. And these are some really quick and easy commands to move your selection, so you don't have to make a new selection over and over again. So now we build 1 floor, but of course our house has a few more. With the help of Worldedit we don't have to build this by hand, we just use stack. So select the entire facade here, and then I want to stack it 3 times up. And now you can already see hours of work fading out. I want to do the same thing with the other part here. So let's go and once more, and now we have already a decent building here. So now let's say I want to have this part here a bit more down. So I also could say move 1 down. Of course you could also use U here or any compass direction. And now we can see the actual blocks in the selections moved 1 block down. And yes, you can also use all directions with expand with a shift, U for up, D for down, and then north, west, and so on. So we built the facade, but the actual floors are still missing. Usually you'd fill them by hand, 1 by 1. But again, a simple command in Worldedit can help. With the fill command you can fill an empty enclosed space in a certain radius. For me I choose 40, so now you can see the floor is filled in for us. But pay attention to the selected radius and look for holes in the walls. This command can also easily crash your wall. So here again, and now we have 1 floor done. The house is done, so let's plant some trees. Of course you could just copy the pre-made tree here and paste it, but with Worldedit we can also bind this as a brush to an item. So you want to extend the branch of the tree one down, so that it actually grows into the floor. And then you want to select everything, so round about here. And up here. And then you want to go as close as possible to the branch. This will be the location where the tree gets pasted, like the usual paste, copy and paste. And then we can bind it to an item. I like taking some good old gold tools, but you can use any item, of course. Again, you can also find this command in the description. And after we executed this, the selection that we made is now stored inside of this tool here, and we can just right click to place trees in our world. And the good thing is that you can have multiple of these items and an entire hotbar full of different tools, different items with trees inside, and that way you can create a great variety of trees really quickly. Many will already know this, but we can also mix blocks with Worldedit. So let's say we want to make this backside here a bit more interesting to look at. Then we can just select everything. And now we can replace our current block, this some white concrete, with concrete and quartz, so we have this nice mix here. This is chosen randomly. And of course this looks not that great. So you can also use percentages here, so most of the time you want 90% and 10% or so on. You can also add more blocks here with a comma. And there we go. This has a bit more structure, and this can give your builds a bit more depth. We do have this nice building now, but one thing is missing, the roof. And particularly at this angle it is kind of hard to build a rooftop that somewhat looks decent by hand, and on top it takes ages. Of course you could use the line tool here again to fill the area here, and I'm also doing this to provide an outline like you can see, but I also found a simple trick that can make building roofs much easier. To apply this trick, just change your selection mode to convex, like this, and then select one block with left click, and now you will be able to add more than 2 points to your selection with right click. So I will go over the side here, select everything. It doesn't matter if one block is not selected, but I try to cover the outline here. And then we can just say set. My idea was this, I believe, and now we can see the roof is filled. We just have to stitch some missing pieces here together and fill the holes. Why does this work? Well, you could imagine that Worldedit tries to make a line through all of these points that you selected. So it will go from one point over there to this point here, and so on, and it will fill the entire area here. And this looks very much like a roof. Now we just have to repeat this on the other side here. And also don't forget to change your selection mode again if you want to do anything else again. So now the outline is done, let's use this trick again. We go into cell convex, select one point with left click, then select all the other points with right click. And then we can just say set the roof, and it will be built for us here. Now we just have to fill the top here, and again like 50 blocks or so, and now we have this beautiful roof here. And the last tip of the day, circles. Again, this is not a hugely new invention of mine, but in case you need circles in Minecraft, Worldedit got you covered with the hcyl command. Just give it the block and the radius that you want to use, and it creates a beautiful circle around you. These were my 9 tips that help you building the earth in Minecraft. Some secret function is missing in this list? Well, let us know in the comments and together we can try to build up a collection of Worldedit tips and tricks. Thank you very much for watching. I hope these tips help speeding up your builds. Until next time, stay safe.